tuning in. I'm Alan Giese, President and founder of North Star Financial Planners, your FRS Special Risk Wealth Manager. All the time I am talking to people who are just about ready to retire from an FRS employer. Almost all of them have deferred comp plans, but few of them have really taken full advantage of how that plan can help them, especially special risk folks, because you tend to retire at younger ages. But the problem is that they're on the brink of retirement, and the opportunity to strengthen that 457 plan has mostly passed. If somebody had just explained to them, even just a few years ago, how much that plan is going to mean to them, it would have made all the difference. But the window is now closing for them, but not for you. Many years ago, one of my closest friends brought to me his entire FRS retirement plan for review, including his deferred comp plan. Now, he also shared with me the advice that he was getting from the plan advisors, as well as some of the financial product salespeople that are out there. When I saw how poor that advice was, I realized that we could make a real difference for so many FRS special risk families. Because of my friend's experience and my nearly 30 years as a financial planner, our passion here at North Star is helping special risk FRS participants make better decisions with their finances and better achieve what is most important to them. So in this short video, over the next 9 minutes or so, I'm going to show you the 4 things that you can do right now to make your 457 plan better and stronger. And if you listen and do these things when it's you on the brink of retirement, you'll be glad that you did. My first piece of advice is, as you might expect, choose the right investments. But what are the right investments? It's going to depend a lot on who you are, what you think of how markets work, and your thoughts around how much risk you are comfortable with. If you don't have any thoughts about risk or have any idea how markets work, well, listen up. For starters, because I know this is how many of you choose your investments, throw away that past returns chart. You know, that chart that shows what the past performance was for every investment in the plan over the past 1, 3, 5 years? That will, in all likelihood, lead you down the wrong path. Throw it out. But you need a strategy. Now, some people, for example, will go on the belief that there are some fund managers that are smart enough or intuitive enough to pick good stocks over bad stocks, and they somehow know when they should be invested and when they shouldn't. Then there are others that say, well, there's no real evidence that stock picking and market timing actually works or adds any value, so you're better off using funds that buy and hold whole markets. What you believe should be reflected in the fund choices that you make. But it's important that you have a strategy if you're going to be picking and choosing different funds. If you don't have any thoughts on the subject, you might want to take a hard look at those retirement target date funds that your plan offers and let them make the choice for you. We definitely have some thoughts on the subject, and if you want to know more about how we think you should be invested, drop me an email and I'll shoot you back our ideas on the subject to get you started. The second thing you can do is actually participate in a meaningful way. In other words, take a look at what you're contributing and maybe think about increasing your contribution if you can. Listen, this is all you're really doing. You're sending money today to your future self you'll be tomorrow. And for doing this, the IRS is going to give you a nice little tax break on your income tax return this year, as well as potentially when you retire. Which reminds me of an interesting little benefit that a lot of people aren't aware of that is a somewhat unique benefit for deferred comp plans. Did you know that you can use your deferred comp plan in retirement to pay up to $3,000 per year in insurance premiums on a pre-tax basis? Think about it. That's a pretty decent deal you have there that basically very few people outside of government can get. So anyway, putting $50 per paycheck in your deferred comp plan is nice, but it's really not going to get you anywhere. The max that you can put in is $19,500 this year. This is 2020. That'd be $750 per paycheck. And that's without utilizing any of the catch-up provisions. If you can do that, you'll be happy you did when you get to the end of your career. We talk about a lot more benefits the deferred comp plan offers you in our book, A Public Safety Officer's Guide to the Florida Retirement System. Get one today by just sending an email to us and asking us for it. It's yours, free. We'll even pay the postage. Okay, third, here's something not a lot of you are aware of, and some of you who are aware of it should probably forget about it. It's the SDO, or the Self-Directed Option Account. This is the deal where your deferred comp provider, like ICMA or Nationwide, has teamed up with another large brokerage house like TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab and allows you to open up an account over there, yet still keep it all inside your deferred comp plan. The advantage? A lot more investment choices, including stocks and mutual funds that your deferred comp provider just doesn't offer. But you know how in life a lot of times an advantage for one person can also be a disadvantage for another? Like someone who really understands high-performance automobiles versus someone who doesn't. But they both get into Lamborghinis and open them up. One's apt to kill himself. Well, there's a lot of people out there utilizing the SDO that would probably be better off if they didn't. Basically because they don't understand what they're doing. Go back to reason number one. If you really don't have an idea what your investment strategy is, then giving yourself more choices isn't going to help you. It's just going to make things more of a mess. And you're probably not going to have a very good investment experience. We here at North Star feel like we know how to make the best of an SDO account and have it actually help you and be worth it. But that doesn't mean you should open up an SDO in your deferred comp, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So, if you have a good game plan and you know your stuff, it can be an awesome advantage. If you don't, my advice is to stay away from it. Stay away, if at all possible, from taking a loan against your deferred comp plan. Let's say for a second that you needed to borrow some money and I was going to loan it to you. I'll charge you a nice little rate of interest and even give you that interest back. But here's the deal. Any money you borrow from me, you have to pay the IRS twice on it for income taxes. You have to pay income taxes 2 separate times on any money that I let you borrow. Would you think that's a good deal? I know I wouldn't. Yet this is in essence the deal when you take a loan against your 457 plan. But you're paying yourself back the interest, you say. I hear that all the time, and quite frankly, who cares? How much interest are we talking about anyway? 5%? What's your top tax bracket? If you're making over $80,000, you're paying at least 22% in taxes. That's what you should be worried about. See, here's the deal. Take a loan against your deferred comp plan so you can add that spa to your swimming pool or whatever it is that you want to do. You'll typically have 5 years to pay that loan back. So where's the money going to come from? Well, it comes from your paycheck, right? They take the money right from your paycheck. Super easy. But the problem is they take it after they take taxes out. It's not an above-the-line deduction. So you're paying the loan back with after-tax money, and that's a tax. Tax number one. Now, fast forward a few years and it's time to retire and actually use that money that's in your deferred comp plan for whatever you want to use it for. So you take the same dollars out that you put in with your loan payments and wham, you get taxed again. Tax number two. There's no credit for the fact that you put money back into the plan with after-tax dollars. The IRS treats it as if it went in pre-tax and has never been taxed, even though it has. Now, if you really need it, my advice is to consider this the last place you go to get money, the last place. After you've exhausted all other possibilities, then maybe it makes sense. Probably means you're in some kind of trouble. It might be worth it at that point, but not for home improvements or vacation funding or things like that. That's just lousy planning and expensive. Okay, the number one question we get from FRS special risk participants thinking about retirement is if we could give them a second opinion on what it is that they're doing, just to see if they're on track or could be doing something better. And the answer is absolutely. And it doesn't cost you anything other than some of your time. And one of three things is going to happen if you take us up on our free second opinion offer. First possibility is that you're doing everything well, and we see no place to add any value, and we tell you that. Basically, it's an attaboy or an attagirl. And we tell you to stay the course. Don't change a thing. You're going to feel great because you just got confirmation that you're on track. The second possibility is that we're going to see that you could indeed use some help. You'll benefit from it, and we can help you. We'll tell you what we can do, how it'll help you, and what it'll cost you to work with us. Keeping in mind, of course, that the value you receive has to be greater than the benefits you pay. That's a good deal, and you'll be glad you reached out. The third possibility is that we're going to see that you could use some help, but we're not the right firm to do it for you. And if that's the case, we will point you in the right direction to the kind of help that you need. Again, it'll be to your advantage to have gone through the process because you'll be better off for it. I have one last thing to share today. I got a new truck not too long ago, and the reason I'm telling you this is because of the way that I got it. You see, I leased my truck through my business, and the lease was coming due on my old truck, and now I hate getting new trucks because I don't have time for the hassle, and I'm always feeling like I'm getting just slightly taken, which of course I probably am. But I got a call from a broker that convinced me to just try him, and he sounded pretty convincing. So I did. I actually had him quote me the exact same make and model that I was currently driving. And you know what? He came in literally hundreds of dollars per month less than I was currently paying for exactly the same truck, but 3 years newer. I'm driving that truck today, and the deal was exactly as promised. No hidden tricks or fees or anything else, just a few $100s less per month in payments. Here's what I know to be true. Sometimes in life, for whatever the reason, we're put in front of somebody that actually has a good offer that will make us better off. But like with my truck, I had to take a little leap of faith to let them prove themselves to me that they indeed could do what they said they could do. And they did. So can we. And the sooner you reach out, the sooner we can start helping you achieve what is most important to you. So hey, thanks for watching. Please like us below, and I hope we'll be seeing you soon.